Ah, this guy's a civilian. Let's an anchor before he decides he wants to be a specialist again. Likes dry world, so he won't like that ocean world, but habitat and keep the air quite dry. Very artificial. Put in some dehumidifiers on him. Predictably, you probably promoted him right into a. I don't see him yet. He's somewhere here. Oh, it's a criminal. Okay. Oh, it's that to wait till those pops grows. Well, at some point. More like an anchor than on some. Well, I think they're more good selected. Well, no, not selection anymore. That was the old system. But still, every pop grows independently, but since the growth rate would be higher, it's more likely to actually roll 1 instead of 0 for growth on a month. Short doubling time, basically. In your embrace. Workplace motivators soon. Being ridiculous spots to work or productions. This goes on. Oh, it's too bad I didn't do biological ships. With not having the debuff to farmer production like I do to technician, as I have a debuff to technician production, not to farmer. Could have had like an insanely small number of farmers supporting a large amount of the upkeep of my fleet. Much less pressure my alloys and had a huge fleet much earlier. Without it being inefficient. Cost inefficient anyways. And the James Cook. Did not find anything there, I guess. Oh. Moving things can get confusing. Let's do this. So I know exactly how many mortars they have. I only have 2 of those Digimar, but we'll get 100 of them. And this Genesis arc completes. It's all the desert world there. More month and that. 4 more months than that. More than a power through this for my workers, though not for my specialists, which can have more and more productivity goes up.
System survey concluded.
Oh, it's been fully surveyed. Cool. Astasia or Nova on that. Research station. To DB. Go. Boom. Replace motivators. Wait, I could start my ascension already? Interesting. I think a synthetic evolution is probably stronger. In the short run, at least. Anyways, for now, Master of Nature. Right? Genetic modification technologies as research options. That's not terrible, though. Problem is I wanted to release a vassal. Wanted to release a vassal, and maybe before I start my ascension path, and maybe the vassal could actually might end up doing psionics so I can get some psionic pots kicking around my empire. They definitely have their uses. I do this because I'm gonna definitely do a successor empire type thing. It's a terrible ascension perk in the long run. Master of Nature. Of course, Barracks is probably measuring how many people take, and they think, oh, someone took it. That mean it's not actually that terrible. No, it is literally that terrible to actually have in the long run. I'm just doing it because 2,000 energy, really? I'm definitely not gonna stay as this empire. Whether through shenanigans or legit mechanics, I'll swap to find my vassal. I'm not terribly fond of this.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
I didn't realize it was so close than that. Even though I looked over there so many times, I guess I just didn't see it. Frames no see. Colonial centralization. Robust frameworks for local governments created on a per case basis to meet each colony's needs. And now build planetary councils. I mean, capitals. Councils. Capitals. The collective self. Finding aspects of the self within the group is natural and inevitable. Eventually, these shared aspects must be valued higher than individual identities. Right. This is along the lines of society engineering and finish the epigenetic triggers, but I'm making a little progress on it. Colonies and founding. This is a lot of research just to get basically one more liter capacity. Not cost effective at all. There's sculpting. We're gonna go the way of selling first and performing one's already sold, so no. Federation code eventually. Adaptive bureaucracy. I'll bring down my edict's cost by 20 instead of needing to cancel. Something. Information quarantine, maybe? I don't know. Tradition of Saints actually works on the nights, so not a good idea to cancel that. Peace festivals has a big impact on the Slug Anchor because of how unhappy. About to have 10,000 pops. Just almost 198 in the old system, basically. 5 stability is like 3% extra on the yield. It's like base output of 3 pops. Cost basically 22-ish. 5, 7, 21. Getting towards 22. Depending on my specialist, I probably was come very close to break even or was just a little about an information quarantine each month. Probably worth keeping around since it's only 8 months in this. But yeah, very close to dropping that. Need it. So I'm going to keep it running a little longer. Yep, information quarantine would be the first edict to drop, probably. Could eventually do mining for capacity subsidies. Probably mining. Miners in the circle.
Interstellar debris analyzed.
More progress in specialized combat computers. It's not even. I think I've done 3, but it's not 4 of these. But yeah, it's 4, but it's fallen behind a little because of empire size growth. I've done all the debris relevant to that. I'll probably finish that tech relatively soonish. Oh yeah, forgot to do anything with afterburners. So just someone organizing stuff. Let's make it My brain gets weird and focuses on stupid noises that aren't important. Trying to focus here for you guys. Really, there's not power enough to run afterburners. Neither of these ship designs, interestingly. Well, it was a cheaper tech that I was able to pick up. It was cheap, I guess. I have to save those for destroyers and I build them along with ion engines. So I'll have a few destroyers to lead Corvette groups. So admirals, they have a flagship that's less likely to die. Let's lose admirals. But I want those destroyers to have a lot of excess power and a lot of speed upgrades so they don't slow the Corvettes down too much. They're not really there for the offensive power, just for their survivability. Since they're so few and relatively, it's worth spending extra to give them whatever speed I can. So many other ships that slow down. Anyhow. It's only has 31 criminals. It's all over the place, the number of them. Sometimes tiny, sometimes huge numbers. Trying to get out of the minis hole there. Increase number of squires. And approval is still below 50%. It's not good.
System survey concluded.
There's 1 point stability for every approval below. Every level of approval below 50, I think it says -2 because it's actually not 47. It's like 47.8% approval or something, but of course it's less impactful on resource output than when stability is also below 50%. 5 points of stability is 30% yield, but 5 points below 50 is 5% yield. The done yield and the resource yield. Why? I'm gonna reactivate this soon. More technicians.
We have detected an anomaly.
A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet. Possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. The battle. Cool. Analysts found that too. Research. Through the asteroid. Cool song. Not too many anomalies here. Sharna, Tamana. And Stravius. They should be able to, well, Sharna, yeah, be able to secure them all my borders. Do them at my leisure. Let's see, district here. To grab some pops. New jobs. Should be 200 of them. Boom. Upgrade the Capitol building. Resources from jobs already 10%. Wait, this is... thought it went up by 10. Nope. Oh, you get more politician jobs. Defense armies. Not terrible. What? 100 more wars is probably worth it. What's the housing? Actually, it's more housing than the city district built to. So it's only 300 over base, so that's 5. Real heavy on society research so I can do up of pre-sapiens soon. Having hit first all the lower hanging fruit.
Colony
Research.
establishment has begun.
It's more cost effective than that. Yeah. should see. Yeah, reserve. Boom. And I could hire a commander. Carol Evans. Eh. Rather have someone who is, and not grab external commanders. It's a pacifist or something. Waiting for a better option, but they'll be put in charge of the reserve fleet. I think the passive XP game rate might be based on my ships in a fleet, but I don't know. Might be irrelevant. Might be not matter. One ship fleet might be the same as a 40 or 60 ship fleet. Naval coverage could definitely use some more ships. It helps my combat readiness in case I'm attacked by the Hive or something. Quickly retrofit those ships into something better. Straight upgrades would be actually cheaper even if I just turn the frame class to something better. I think that is quicker. But then other things you can do that way. A little more mid. Like I can retrofit into one of these. It doesn't have any point defense if I wish from a frame class. Can't upgrade that way. So retrofits can be bigger changes, but they're slower. Genesis Arc. Another day, another dollar. Oh shoot. Yeah, I should have done something. The loyalty. Yep. Too much rush to get things done quick. If I do this, make them like me a little better for a favorable trade deal for a while. I'd have to keep periodically putting stuff in to keep that. What? No. Do a site more. Eh. There's like trade. Use some energy for master nature thing eventually. I want to stay over 5,000. Keep pacifists happier. It's 2,000 for that. Master nature, so potentially useful. There's a bunch of tile blockers. It's best I don't bleed these guys dry too quickly of resources. Too often, either. Cool. Seeing as these worlds are my future worlds. I'm gonna annex them eventually. How's their development going? I see lots of empty jobs. Mostly work ones. Wow, and they precisely did a number of enforcers. Not enough to avoid a crime modifiers though, so why to that number? They have too many on this cog. The eyes are weird. All the places to do ecclesiastical center. Why here? This would be a good place for research. Empire capital, mining world. Smart-ish. Except that they probably would. Oh, this world's oceans. Their pops aren't very happy on it. Would think they wouldn't want priests in a place that Habeli is all on. Whatever. Guess it's probably they tend to be drawn to spiritualism at the priests. Might be happier. I don't know. Spiritual enclave. Temples, broadcast spires, and civic halls. Pulse with ideology, binding countless minds to a single purpose. Upgrading my capital, beating part of my empire. Politicians also in theory be more productive here, but not by the time that's done. It's too slow. This benefit the whole empire. Contrast. Curiosity. Oh, I could have put like alloy founders here. Interesting. At some point, I will swap these for alloy foundries and then turn this into a heavy industry specialization area. industry first and swap these. I don't have empty build slots in my. I mean, I did the way I did because under mixed industry, I wanted the alloys to be made on my capital, but under militarized, I wanted to made. I want to make consumer goods my capital. Maybe sticking militarized from now on. I just couldn't sustain it earlier. I was short in consumer goods manufacturing. I'll actually tool this into civilian industry, probably eventually. This will become heavy. But we'll probably pass the mixed phase. Do it in small steps. So we can't afford to lose that many artisans immediately. So. To redo a specialization. I know. One of them employed pops 600. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Go through a mixed industry phase. So otherwise I'll have 600 employed pops for at least 7 months until they would demote. And then they'd be civilians until I could rebuild the industry. That'd be dumb. Guys, well, let's find anomalies here, because, well, anomalies slow me down. I'm already in a race for the. And these science ships finding anomalies. And, well, I guess this whole system has already been surveyed. Maybe playing catch up to the science ship, which is probably here now. Might be nothing left to find here. I do need to level the scientist up in veteran class. Him. It's probably a her, isn't it? Her. Anastasia. Whoops. Can't tell gender very easily with this fungoid species. Yep, signs of battle. From that anomaly.
Council agenda ready.
Nice. Civil Exclusion active. 10 years. Resources from jobs. This is deviancy, but I think it's deviancy or crime, whereas the initial modifier might not apply to hive minds. Alright. Expand the council. Should expand our government to support an additional counselor. Yep, Civil Exclusion still seems to be pretty soon. Save here. Time. I have to cut this soon. I'd like to start that anomaly next month. Let's move fast.
We have encountered spaceborne life forms.
Ah, frick. More shitoids. They have a lot of defenses. Probably not that much offensive power, actually. Very tanky. Very tank-like. Do like saying tanky in that way. It's like they're trying to insult someone with that nasty phrase some jerks use for any socialists they don't like. Let's say stuff like that are just assholes, really. Usually the sort of people who are deeply authoritarian and want to see others ground under the boot of an oppressive system and be worse off than them. Think they're better than other people? And 50 precise, that can't be a coincidence. That must be where improved relations capped out. They would never accept this. But, could do an embassy if they like me more. Send me forward, improve relations here, so I can set up an embassy. Give me some intel after all. Well, as they keep improving relations with me, that relation won't decay. Alright. Sound shout. We've discovered the fossilized remains of our gargantuan gastropod. They obviously chose that phrase because it was alliteration, but it's a snail. Matching no previous encounter life form. Trapped within a huge block of ice circling 8FB872. An asteroid. Its eyes glare fiercely ahead, tentacles reared, and muzzle twisted into a gruesome grimace. As locked in a silent shout, the creature displays no apparent signs of sapience. How could it when it's frozen? Despite its eerie visage, our scientists believe they've domesticated the creature can make a valuable asset. They recommend extracting some of its DNA for cloning. Get space for influence, put it in a museum for society, or clone it. Is your special project?
Situation log has been updated.
Ice alien. Trapped with a mountainous slab of ice are the remains of life form, the likes of which have never been seen before. Who knows how far it has traveled through space and time? Researchers made the necessary preparations to bring it back to life. Not that much society research. I need a science ship in orbit. It's actually the project is at my capital. Just need a science ship at my capital for it. Weird. That will eventually give me giant snail armies. Let's try to put it. Get a new race workers. Get a few free pops, but the snail armies are by far the most useful thing for me right now. Cool. pop growth here now. 4.02. It's getting close to the cap. Stop sending pops up anchor soon. Since even robot civilians do add amenities there. There's growth to be had here too. This area is not that far below optimal growth. Alright, well, that's enough for now. I hope you folks enjoyed this video. Take care of each other. Kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star leading on. Until next time, it's Northstar. I do. And best luck, y'all.